Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're just going to have a brief update on Chantal news. Obviously, we have had proof of life from Pete's, her cameo, her uh, editing her comments, so we know that she is, in fact, not buried in the desert somewhere, but thought we would just go over some of the paperwork from Pause Kuwait that has come out, and we may take a look at her little cameo that she did. So, as we can see here, it was all translated, so obviously some of the verbiage may not be as clear as how it would be written in its original form. So, it does appear as if this was something filed in the courts over there. Um, Lists her as the opponent, which normally in the United States we see it as plaintiff and defendant. But again, the verbiage is going to be a little different probably. So we have her clearly listed here, and then as we can see here, it does show her and Salah both listed. Her a Canadian national, him a Syrian national. Now it does say subject complaint of incitement to immorality. Now, why this looks this way, I don't know. That's kind of odd to me. It's like they blanked out whatever was written here and then just kind of wrote that in. And debauchery and collecting donations. So, I mean, it looks like the actual real thing they're going for is just her nastiness. I mean, my God. But I'll just kind of read over it here for anybody that's not looking at the screen. So, the complainant is a Kuwaiti citizen, and while she was in her residence located in the area of blah blah blah, while browsing YouTube, was surprised by an account, Foodie Beauty, who was posting requests to collect donations in violation of the law and without a permit. The account also posts clips of sexual nature that incite debauchery and immorality. And again, we can kind of see how it's like oddly edited here. So, what that said before, who knows? Which the complainant will refrain from mentioning, but you will find all of it in the flash drive attached to the complaint. It shows the participation of both defendants in preparing and publishing those clips. They also publish clips of oil fields, which is a violation of the law. In addition, they commit traffic violations and document these cases and publish them on YouTube and the account mentioned above. Since the complainant is Kuwaiti, she is acting in the best interests of this country and all of its citizens. The law encourages all those who live here to report all crimes they witness. Article 20 of the Penal Code also stipulates that anyone who incites a male or female to commit acts of debauchery or assists them in doing so in any way shall be punished with imprisonment for a period not exceeding 1 year and a fine not exceeding 1,000 rupees or either of these two penalties. If the victim is under 18 years of age, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so whoever uses the internet or uses any means of technology to obtain information for themselves or for someone else regarding money, benefit, document, or signature by using a fraudulent method or by using a false alarm or impersonating another identity to deceive victims is the reason why we are filing this complaint. The complainant submits the current complaint in order to take the necessary legal action against the defendants with respect and appreciation the complainant. So they've attached a copy of the complainant's civil ID, copy of power of attorney, a flash drive containing the defendant's videos, and photos of the defendant's web account. Now, this is kind of different. Coincidentally, I actually do have some experience in the laws and the way that complaints are filed in the United States. This to me almost reads as if it's like this person's attorney or, legal consultant that is filing on behalf of Pause Kuwait, perhaps. Now, in the United States, if someone breaks the law, you're going to see the complainant on behalf of like the city or state in which, the offense occurred. And, it's on behalf of, a police agency, or that are uh, charging these, or it's approved by a law director, a district attorney, a prosecutor. So it's interesting the way that this is kind of being presented. So again, I know absolutely nothing of the laws over there, how the legal proceedings are, and again, this is translated from, a completely different language, but it is kind of interesting to see that this is almost like, something that they're submitting for her to be charged. So again, take this with a grain of salt because, we're not sitting in a courtroom seeing these things transpire. It's, just what's being presented to us on the internet. But it would certainly appear, if we can take all of this at face value, that Chantal and Sala are in some deep shit. And I know we all can really look forward to seeing how this is going to develop. The problem is, if she does go into custody or something, it's going to be quiet. We're not going to really know unless things are made public. So, um, it is kind of ironic, though. She flees Canada to get out of trouble, financial obligations, and now here she is in trouble again. So, there's a common denominator, obviously. Like I said in my channel post, I've had my ear to the ground as far as her in updates, and I've just sort of been waiting on 100% concrete information, which is, I guess, hard to do when it comes to the internet because you really never know unless you're witnessing something firsthand. You're kind of just having to put your trust in, whoever is reporting information. So, I certainly appreciate you joining me today on this little update, and I truly, truly appreciate your support of my teeny tiny channel. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.